I've been on most of the major metros in the world, and I have to say, the Taipei Metro is the best I've ever been on. It has a 97% customer satisfaction rating amongst locals, but for some reason, it doesn't seem to get much attention in the Western and English speaking world. When it comes to great metros in Asia, people always talk about places like Singapore and Hong Kong, and for good reason. But did you know that Taipei Metro is so good that even Singapore MRT sent their executives to Taiwan to learn from Taipei Metro? So compared to Western metros, Singapore MRT may be amazing, but compared to Taipei Metro, there is definitely room for improvement. So what makes the Taipei Metro so good? Well, like most other metros in Asia, there is excellent frequency and reliability, with trains arriving every few minutes and rarely getting delayed. Now, about 12 years ago, I actually moved from New York City to Taipei and lived there for about a year. I rode the metro pretty much every day, and I remember only one time the train getting stopped in the middle of the tunnel due to a magnitude 6 point something earthquake. But even then, it was only stopped for a few minutes and then it continued on its way as normal. Whereas in New York City, the subway train getting delayed in the middle of the tunnel was at least a weekly occurrence. The Taipei Metro is also clean, cheap, and has an extremely expansive and efficient station network. Rather than just have radial lines that connect outer suburb areas to the city center, you can see the lines weave through the city to form a web like network, which provides many transfer opportunities, making the metro often the best choice of transport not just for commuting to or from the city center, but also getting around other parts of the city. Basically, the best of both worlds. So functionally, it gives you pretty much everything you could ask for in a metro, but what really sets it apart from other world-class metros is the attention to detail when it comes to station amenity. In my Sydney Metro video, I talk about how in the US, public transport users are seen as welfare recipients, whereas in Australia, they are seen as customers. Taipei Metro sees passengers as customers too, and they take customer experience to the next level. Check out some of these examples.
This is the airport in-town check-in at Taipei Main Station, which allows you to check in for your flight early while you're still in town. So the way it works is that you need to show up at least 3 hours before your flight, check in at these kiosks just like you would at the airport, go into the area behind there, show the guard your boarding passport, drop off your luggage, and then exit, and that's pretty much it. And you can just enjoy the rest of your day sightseeing without worrying about your luggage, and then just go directly to the airport when it's ready to catch your flight.
It's quite common in metros around the world to have electronic signage showing when the next train is arriving. But how often do you have a 5-second level of accuracy like they do in Taipei? Even the legendary punctual Japanese trains typically only show a 1 minute level of accuracy. Every single station has a public restroom, which may not sound very impressive, but compare that to the New York City subway, where almost no station has a public restroom. And some of the restrooms even have electronic signage outside showing which toilet stalls are occupied. And some stations also have breastfeeding rooms. Many Taipei metro stations have coin lockers for storing your bags and luggage while you go about your day. They are ubiquitous in Japan, but almost completely absent in the US. You can see there's also a umbrella rental, which comes in handy as Taipei is prone to sudden rainstorms. And not to be confused with coin lockers, some stations also have parcel lockers for deliveries, similar to the Amazon lockers in the US. Taipei has a big bookstore culture, and you will find some bookstores and libraries integrated in some of the metro stations. And there are even library vending machines. And if that's not enough, if you need to get some work or studying done, you can find rentable Wi Fi work booths at some stations. And finally, perhaps the greatest example of customer experience is that rather than walk down a boring set of stairs to exit the station, you instead have the option to slide down.
All right, check this out. I'm at the Sanchong Metro Station in Taipei. You can see there's a nice big park down there, so a nice connection from the metro station. And there's a couple different ways to get down to the park. There's a set of stairs, as you can see there, and also this slide. So yeah, quite an interesting way to change levels here. So really easy, simple to use. You see, I just get inside, slide down, nice and fun. It's quite bumpy, so it'll give you a nice massage to your backside. It's fast enough to feel fun, but not fast enough to feel like you're about to fly off. Yeah, a quick, fun, and easy way to get down to the park from the metro station.
So you can see that other than the frequency, reliability, and network expansiveness of the Taipei Metro, which I already think is enough to put it in a league of its own, the attention to customer experience and station amenity really brings it to the next level. And I really don't think there's any other metro in the world that can compare. But what do you think? How does your experience on Taipei Metro compare with others? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you next time.